Hi! It's been a while. I've had a very fruitful month of being on leave and enjoying my life. This is actually a temporary setup. I am in my neighbor's house. I need to be able to film. I'm still not done unpacking yet. Downsizing from 1,500 square feet to 500 square feet is quite an ordeal. But today I thought I'd do a Q&A because it has been a while. I love doing these. And frankly, I need something chill to start the ball rolling again. Alright, right before we get into the juicy bits, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes that you can take, ranging from like arts, illustration, sound engineering, branding, business, PR, marketing, all the way to something really obscure like knife skills. I've been using them for maybe like 2 years now, and it's been great. I learned so much, and I learned at a very leisurely pace on my own. And the one thing that I've been focusing on is illustration, because it's always something that I've enjoyed, and I have an iPad. I want to know how to use it properly. So this new class that I'm taking was actually by Smitish Mystery. It's called Illustration for Beginners. Create your style in Procreate through character design. And it's really fun because character design is something that I've never done before, and it's just another exciting realm for me to kind of experiment with and unleash my creativity. Besides illustration, I've also done language classes and a bunch of interior design ones most recently. So you can really learn anything off of Skillshare. You can also like pad up your portfolio and learn a new skill, take classes that will help with your career development, or you can just simply do something just for fun. And if you're interested in Skillshare, I will leave a link down below in the description bar for 1 month free premium membership. It gives you access to all of the classes, and it's only available for the first 1,000 people who click that link, so get to it. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started on the Q&As. I always get a little nervous when you guys ask me questions. Okay, so the number one question is, of course, how am I doing? Thank you so much for asking. I'm doing very well. So if you guys didn't know, I moved in with my ex-partner in December. We kind of broke things off at the start of this year, and I've moved. I've taken a leave from like maybe start to mid-July, and then I've just started getting back to work, and I have to say I'm very glad that I took the break. It was well needed. For the first time in many years, I haven't felt guilty about not doing my work or not checking my emails or not attending like certain events and stuff. So I am truly very thankful and very happy that I was able to set time aside for myself. And if you are ever a freelancer, if you are even like another content creator, I really highly recommend it, because now I'm back and I've had time to evaluate like kind of the style and direction that I want to take my videos and my channel in. And it's something that I've always like had at the back of my mind, but I couldn't really actively afford to think about it and to pursue until now. And I've also had the chance to just rest and enjoy myself, and to eat good food, and to hang out, and to date, and like do all those fun stuff. So yeah, I'm very happy and very fulfilled, very creatively charged, and like ready to get back in. But that's not the question that most people are asking. People want to ask specifically like, how's my love life? I would oh my god, speak of the devil. I'm seeing someone now. Have been for... Oh? Hi! Ironically, they're asking about my love life. I am... Alrighty. Bye. You know what, since we're here, let's answer all of the related questions. Let's all get it out of the way. Do you like how I'm not clickbaiting you guys? I'm just answering the most important question. Are you still on Tinder? No, but I don't know if I like actually deleted the account. I think I just like stopped using it. Are you dating exclusively or just dating around now? So after around like 2 to 3 months of meeting different people and dating around, I picked my favorite, and then I just like continue to see this one person. Yeah, we've taken things very slowly on purpose, also because both of us are not in a hurry and we're just like enjoying each other's company, and it's been very nice. I noticed that I do get impatient more, and that I have expectations, but that's also like my anxieties in dating and relationships in general. So that's something that I'm like trying to work through, that I'm actually managing to work through like pretty well through the pace of this current like dating situation. Does that make sense? Just unlearning these bad habits and like taking things slow and intentional and mindful, and it's been good. Yeah, and that kind of also translates to like my mental health also. So someone else asked like, how's my love life and my mental being? Thank you so much. I'm feeling a lot better. Noodles is a lot better also. His poop is normal now and his medication worked and we are back to normal. For me, I think like my mental health has improved a lot since I took the break and since like the breakup. So I've been good. I've been very, very good. I feel very centered and aligned and definitely more inspired to keep on creating like better content and being a better person in general, like all aspects of life. How does one navigate being friends or not friends with an ex of 10 years? Oh, I think it does make a difference if you're gay or not, because I feel like most lesbian people like stay in touch with their exes. It's also a very small and like insular little community, so you're bound to like bump into them anyway. But I think if you can help it, if you're straight, that's the one benefit that you have, is that you can like really not see them again ever. I don't think I've ever seen my ex-boyfriend since the breakup, actually. That's a fucking lie. It was like 1 year after. Like once I really called it quits, I don't think I've seen him like ever. For a friendship to happen, both parties must truly be over it and happy for each other and you want the best for each other. And sometimes that's difficult because feelings change and you're grieving the loss of the relationship and you're also establishing a new dynamic with new boundaries now, and things are obviously not the same as before. Doing all of that while like, you know, remembering the past and the history and the memories, like of course that's gonna be really hard. I've actually had this conversation with my date and one of my best friends who've all kind of experienced a breakup this year, and we kind of talked about how it just like, even with the best of intentions, sometimes it just doesn't work to be friends with an ex because, like I said, like feelings are still fresh and emotions are running high, and especially if it's fresh, like these emotions are gonna be much more intense anyway. Okay, you can take my relationship with my most recent ex as an example, right? Like we wanted to be friends, we did stay friends for a while, and even then like certain lines were kind of blurred and we were still trying to figure out how a friendship would look like after the end of a 2-year relationship. I mean, we were living together, we had basically lived together for most of the pandemic, and she was also a big part of Noodles' life, so obviously we did want to stay friends and we went into that friendship with the best of intentions. But things change, like, you know, emotions change, minds change, and I actually think that that was the right call, and I think that it was good for her to decide that for us, because if she hadn't told me that that was something that she was uncomfortable with, I wouldn't have known, and I think it may have made things worse. This is an example of why I believe that even if the relationship ended on good terms, I think it's best to take some time for yourself, to prioritize yourself, and to work on healing and grieving the end of that relationship, you know. I think a lot of people want to stay friends with their exes, I mean me included, from a fear of loss. Like, I don't want to lose this person in my life, they've been so important to me for the past 2 years. But that's not healthy because I was still entangled in those emotions and I wasn't able to like take that physical distance and that break to process everything, to decide what I truly want in my life, whether I want this person in my life or not, in what capacity, and where to go from here, how to heal, and also to open myself to like new possibilities. Like, I don't think I would be as open. I mean, I didn't you know, even after we broke up, we still lived together for a little bit while she figured out her housing options, and then I didn't feel comfortable dating, I didn't feel comfortable doing anything else outside of what we did in the relationship. So yeah, it's a slippery slope. I would say don't be friends until you've come to a place after an actual duration, an actual number of months, you've like both processed it, you're both moved on, and then to just like be on friendly terms, unless you guys are just like meant to be friends, and if that works for you, that's really great. I don't think you should set a pressure on yourself to remain friends with someone just to make sure that things end on a good note. You know, things can end on a good note and then they can just be like that forever. Ooh, okay, wow, another question. Alright. Will we get to meet that special someone in your videos? We've actually had this talk before. The person that I'm seeing now, she's a very private person, and she's not comfortable with being on camera, and I wish to respect her wishes and her privacy. And it's been really nice to keep this personal side of my life private and to just enjoy it for what it is. Hi. Oh my god, Noodles is sleeping so fucking cute. Wait, let me take a video. Oh baby, look at him. Oh my god, I feel like Kris Jenner right now. You're so cute. Oh my god. Okay, alright, sorry, my bad. She's not big on social media, and I would appreciate it if you guys don't go on a witch hunt, like looking for this person. It's a very new thing, obviously, and if one day she wants to, she will let me know. If not, then y'all just assume that this is like just a mystery person forever. So in conclusion, no. How did you meet your date? I met my date from Hinge. It's an app. Okay, so a lot of people are asking if things are official, like my relationship status. I'm single, thank you for asking. Oh my god. Someone asked, do you go to Vietnam with your date? Not intentionally, we coincidentally, I know nobody fucking believes me when I say it, but we coincidentally went to Vietnam on the same days to the same cities, Hanoi and fucking Ho Chi Minh. I don't want to explain myself really lah. I explain it to all of my friends and they all keep laughing at me. Okay, so hopefully that satisfies all of your curiosities. Please be respectful, okay? I know you guys are. Why would I say that? Oh, okay, then I'm also getting some like traveling questions, so let's just jump into that. How's Vietnam? Love to know where you go and roughly how much it costs and if it's safe for a gal to travel alone. That's a very good question. I did go to Vietnam over my leave. I should probably make another video like separately to kind of talk about like what I did over that leave, because it's actually been really fun. And Vietnam was one of the places that I always thought was beautiful. I went when I was younger, but I just didn't have the opportunity to go back. And I mean, there were always other places higher on the list of where to go, right? So I decided to take a trip there, and it was supposed to be a solo trip. It is totally safe for someone to travel alone. I think I would be more than comfortable to travel back there by myself and to actually even consider staying there a little bit longer, because I really like the culture, I really like the food, the architecture is beautiful. Even though the language is so difficult to like decipher and to imitate, like to try to learn to speak back, like I find that you just point to what you want at a food place. They usually only serve that one thing anyway. Yeah, I've just met like very lovely people there, and I've just had a really great experience. So I would highly recommend you guys visiting Vietnam if you haven't. And it was also very cheap. Like the flights there were maybe like $200. I took a domestic flight. I think that was around like less than 100. I want to say like 40-50 bucks. I can't be sure. And you can use Grab there, so you literally just Grab everywhere. You can Grab bike also, and everything is just peaches and gravy. It's really fun. Okay, next question. Have you ever been to India or planning to? I've never been to India, and I don't have concrete plans to, but it's definitely like on my list to explore. As and when I get the chance, I think I would love to. I think India is really beautiful, and it's just so vibrant and so colorful, and there's so much history also, so yeah, I would love to go. Someone asked, are you gonna go to New York? Yes, actually, finally! Yeah, so the last time I was in New York was what, 4-5 years ago now, which sounds just so sad in general. I love New York, and I'm very excited to see my friends again. So yeah, probably that's happening. Maybe I'll take you guys on like a thrift tour. Maybe, yeah, I think it'll be fun to like document the places that I've been and like revisit them again. Okay, next up we're gonna do housing, new space, new apartment questions. Most people are asking how much I pay for my current place now. So my current place now is around 500 square feet, and I'm paying like in between 2.5 to 3. So that should give you kind of like a good ballpark of how much I'm paying, which is a lot better than, you know, paying for a penthouse that I could even clean myself and like take care of. It's just much more manageable for one person, and even though it's a lot smaller, I actually feel a lot better in this place. Just the way that it's built and the furniture that's in there, you know, the inclusion of my own furniture, like everything seems to work out a lot better. Stuff seems to fit in the house a lot better. I don't know if that makes sense. You know how sometimes like you just put stuff in, you're like, fuck, like need like 2 more cm, then you can fit everything. So that was how the previous penthouse was kind of like. And then now it feels much more, first of all, cozy, and also much more manageable, and everything just fits better, and I'm just a lot happier in this current place. Is the renting process stressful, viewing many places, etc.? Definitely. I think one of the most kind of tedious things is to go, first of all, scrolling through Property Guru, looking for a suitable place, and then once it catches your eye, especially in this market, you have to basically go for viewings within the day of or the day after, and then, you know, the prices are really high now, and there aren't a lot of availabilities, like a lot of vacancies, so you don't get like a lot of options, especially if you're looking for like a studio or one bidder. And obviously when, you know, it's so scarce, you're gonna see a lot of duds, and you're gonna find places that you don't really feel match your requirements perfectly, and it's just very tedious lor, having to go through each house, trying to imagine your life in it, evaluating whether it's good or not, checking out the neighborhood. All of this is work, right? And you're making such a big decision, so it's like very mentally fatiguing, and also sometimes physical, especially if you don't drive. Oh my god. Damn. What kind of an apartment are you staying at now, and any apartment tour planned? Yes, so the apartment I'm staying in now is around, I think, 480 square feet. So just for ease of convenience, I'll just say 500. And it is a studio, so I literally have one gigantic room, which, you know what, I actually kind of like, because then I'm able to make use of every inch of that space and keep it kind of dynamic and flowy, as opposed to having like a bedroom where I can only put like a bed and then one dresser, but I can't fit the rest of my stuff and I have to put it in another room. Someone also asked, did you manage to keep most of the furniture? So I sold off the big pieces of furniture, so like the TV console, the big mirror, a bunch of other things, and then I kept like some of my favorite pieces of furniture. But as I'm realizing now, actually I do need to get rid of even more furniture. So I have a yard sale, by the way, so I sell like some of my furniture and other stuff that I basically have to declutter. Like I've been hoarding these things because I mean they're beautiful and I like them, you know, from house to house. Like it gets tiring lah, and I don't really want to be bogged down physically by these things, and I don't want to have extra clutter. And I've really been just like re-evaluating like what brings me value and purpose and serves me well function wise, and you know, like what I've grown out of, I'll just kind of get rid of. So yeah, you can check out my yard sale down below. This question got asked quite a bunch, which I'm like kind of surprised about because I thought y'all knew, but like, why did you move? Oh, because I like broke up with my ex, and like it's a damn big house and it's just like too much for anybody by themselves to live. A 3-bed 2-bath penthouse, like it's just a lot. Oh, and with regards to the home tour, yes, that will happen, but please let me make it nice first. Right now it is a mess and I'm embarrassed. I don't even want to film how it looks like now. No, let's wait, just wait for it, you'll see. Okay, we're just gonna do miscellaneous now. I saw some people asking me about pole, if I'm still polling, and how my pole dance progress is doing. I did mention that I was selling my home stage, but that's because I moved to a much smaller space and I can't set it up. But I am still interested in polling. I will go back to pole, but right now with the move, and I was traveling and I will be traveling a bit more, I won't be doing classes. I think I'll just like be booking out a studio for some private practice and just working on things that I know and just taking things easy. Also because yeah, like my body don't work the same anymore. Like, am I getting old or what? Maybe. Update on your nose fillers. Okay, I went to the clinic to check, and then they did mention that I'm probably due for a top-up. So if you guys are curious in seeing how my nose looks like with it like maybe 50 to 80% gone, you can kind of see. So my nose literally doesn't feel any different at all. Basically, these threads are like biocompatible with your nose, and then it just disintegrates into your body. So if we're going by that logic now, there wouldn't be anything in my nose now, and it's just, if it's lifted, it's just here in this like lifted position, and then slowly it will go back to normal. I think I'm due for like another session maybe next month or next month. Okay, other question is, how do you manage your finances? I'm pretty sure I've done a video on this before. I think the way that you manage your finances will look very different from mine because I am freelancing and I have like multiple sources of income. It would be much easier if you're like salaried, and then you can do like a good budget, and then you can also manage your finances from there. So yeah, if you're salary, I'm not the best person to ask. If you're a freelancer, maybe you can watch that video. How do you start this career trajectory after uni with regards to financial stability, etc.? I started making videos when I also started uni, and then by the time I had graduated, it was already 4 years of me making videos. And my last 1 or 2 years, I was slowly kind of focusing more on YouTube anyway, other than school. And it just made sense for me to continue what I was already doing by the time I graduated. If you're wondering like how I managed to get financial stability from like such a volatile job, I guess, is that what the question is asking? I'm a bit confused. A career trajectory is one thing, getting financial stability is another thing. So my career trajectory, I guess, was a little bit easier for me because I had already been doing something that I was already doing in uni, and then pursuing it full-time from doing it part-time is kind of easier than like having to go for job interviews and kind of deciding what positions you want to apply for and stuff like that. But financial stability is a different thing because with my job there is zero financial stability. Till now there still isn't. It's very difficult to really tell how much I'd be earning month to month and then year to year and then decade to decade. So that's just a risk that I've taken. I'm trying to hedge my bets a bit more smartly and trying to make this sustainable and as fulfilling for me as possible. Does that make sense? And then the financial stability will come after lah. Yeah, financial stability can look different for everyone in different careers, right? So just make sure that you're more mindful with your money, manage your finances, like budget properly, then you'll be stable. If you're not now, if you keep going at it like bit by bit, you'll be financially stable. It'll be fine. Hopefully. Okay, shall we go through the random shit now? What's my horoscope? I'm a Capricorn sun. Do you listen to Girl in Red? I don't know why this person asked me that. Am I not like the most queer person you know? Of course. I don't actually listen to Girl in Red, but I am very gay. How did you achieve weight neutrality? This is a very good question because it comes and goes. I think sometimes I can look at my body and feel neutral about it, and some days I just don't. It's been weird because after the breakup I actually lost quite a bit of weight, and I know I'm supposed to stay neutral about my body, but I was very happy about the weight loss because I look fire and I was like, you know what, this is great. But then ever since I, started dating and we just eat a lot and we're just having a lot of fun, and I feel like I've gained back all of the weight that I've lost, and it's such a small superficial thing. So I think the way that I'm feeling is also tied in with the guilt of knowing that I have talked about weight neutrality, body neutrality, and that I really shouldn't be feeling this way about my body. I need to learn how to separate like observations about my body and associating that with like a loss of control or failure of some sort. I tell myself now that like this weight that I gained, right, is like happy weight. You know what I mean? Like these were calories that were worth it. I'm not gonna apologize. Like if I was gonna eat to gain weight, I was gonna do it there. And just kind of like thinking about how I can either eat healthier or exercise a little bit more or move around a little bit more or just be a bit more mindful about how much I consume versus beating myself up for the way that my body looks now, which is very difficult to condition yourself to feel neutral about something that is so polarized and widely debated and controversial, right, as like weight. Do you ever feel guilty about taking a long break from work? I get that guilt sometimes. Definitely. So my first week was very stressful because I kept, when they tell you don't need to do something, then you want to do something, but then if you have to do that something, then you don't want to do that something. So that was me. I was like, oh, I don't have to work, but I wanna. So I had to try my best not to, especially because at that point I had been like, you know, going on adventures and like a lot of new things I was like quite excited to share with you guys. So I had to like learn how to mute that part of me out and just enjoy my life and not feel the need to document and to make content out of every single thing in my life. So by letting go of that kind of guilt that you have, like I have to work, I have to make content, blah blah, like really helped me see my life in a different way and not have my life be dictated by what's interesting for content, and also to work through that guilt. So yeah, if you get that guilt, just work through it and just sit through it and continue to take your break anyway, because everyone needs a break. I cannot stress that enough. Like, I want to take another break now. Alright, that really is all though. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click the thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel down below. I make new videos every week and I will be back next week with a fun video. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited to get back to work, you guys. Can you tell? Yeah. Okay, I'll see you. Bye!